Hello, my name is Luisa Della Vecchia. I have gone through the whole cycle. I was a buyer, I was a park owner and operator, and then I was the seller. Resorts International, U.S. Campgrounds for Sale, and the Goring Group. We have 41 years of experience, and the first campground we sold was in 1975. To date, we have over 492 campgrounds sold, making us the largest company selling over 492 campgrounds in the U.S. And what does this mean? A lot of experience. And campgrounds are recession-proof, depression-proof, and where can you have a job that you're not affected by that? You work 5-6 months out of the year, and then you have all that time off. Where are you going to find that? And also you have the control. I mean, think about it. Your lifestyle is different. You control your destiny, what you have in mind for your future. It's all up to you with this type of industry. And also what we have experienced in this economy is the RV sales. That industry is at record high right now. It's really going up and up. Every year is getting better and better. With having over 16,000 campgrounds, private campgrounds throughout the United States, there's actually a shortage. There's a lot of RVs out there, more and more that you see out there. There's a shortage in campsites, and we want to help you live the dream. Prices are going up. So that means that your park price, selling price will go up as well. And now when we say now is the time, it truly is the time to buy. And we welcome you to the hunt. So when you're looking for a broker, you really need to consider their years of experience, their expertise in the industry. Because again, no two campgrounds are alike. They're all very different. You have to really realize that you need someone that understands the industry, because you're not going to find one campground that's the same as the other campground. You cannot compare one to the other. So you do need to have someone that has been around for years and knows the industry. Resorts International will not only make the buyer qualified, of course. He will not send anybody to look at a park if they are not qualified. But yet, he takes a step forward. He actually makes the campground, the sellers, bankable, which is very different than most of the other brokers. They don't take that extra step. And actually, bankable, what I mean by that is providing 3 years tax returns, making the adjustments, and then forwarding it to the banker, letting him review the numbers. Resorts International, reading about it, over 41 years of experience. I thought, wow, this company has been around for a very long time. So my husband actually called, had a wonderful conversation with Harold, the owner and founder of Resorts International. And right then and there, he hung up and he said, we're going to have Harold sell our park for us. And I thought, again, I was a little reluctant, being through 2 other brokers. How do I know that Resorts International is going to do the job for us? Well, he brought a lot of good points. His experience was, wow, lots of experience. Like the information that he provided my husband was it was a lot. We were just blown away, really. So we listed with Resort. We knew after talking to Harold that we were in a very different situation with this broker than we were with the other 2 brokers. He provided us YouTube videos of a few campgrounds that he actually was out there and filmed. And I thought, wow, this is different. We never seen this before. No other broker provided us with this. So we thought, wow, what he's doing then is he's actually bringing the film to these potential buyers. They're actually there. Like they feel like they were right there looking at the park. No one's doing that. And that was really impressive. Like we were like, wow, so they're really seeing our whole park. I mean, they're gonna get the digital pictures, they got the YouTube. That is very unique. We were very impressed. We're looking at a big market here. We're talking about international. We're not talking about just finding a buyer down the street, maybe 50 miles down the street. We're talking about, international. You have to find a broker that actually has the resources and the experience to find you a buyer. With Resorts International, they come out and do a video with the best equipment. What better way to show your park than you yourself talking about it? Who else knows your park better than you, the owner and operator of the campground? Resorts International has all the resources to assist you in selling your campground. Like my park, the couple that purchased our park, they're not from the United States. They're an international buyer, believe it or not. So here we go. You have to find a broker that's able to find that buyer, no matter where he's from. He has to have the potential to be able to provide you with that opportunity. Because if you're with a broker that does not have the resources, I would have lost out in that particular buyer to take over my park. I probably would have still been there today, actually. Being a seller, trying to sell a campground, what experience do we have in that? I know we didn't have any experience. We didn't even know, like I said, where do we even start? Or even buying a campground. When we bought a campground, we never operated a park before. We didn't even know where to start. When you're thinking about selling your park, you need to go to a broker that has experience in campground sales only. Not a commercial realtor that sells commercial property. They don't know the campground industry. It's like saying I'm going to go to the dentist to get my eyes checked out. It doesn't work that way. So you really need to go to a specialist, someone that specializes in campground sales. So that's why these YouTube videos are so wonderful. Resorts International, what they do is they try to save the buyer a few steps to just running out there on a wild goose chase, if you will, because it's expensive. Let's face it, nowadays to travel, and we're talking maybe international traveling, because again, Resorts has the ability to bring in a buyer from another country. So for them to spend that kind of money in their travels, air, hotels, accommodations, that takes a lot of money. And they can get there and say, well, wait a minute, the pictures didn't look like this. That's why it's really important that resorts provide the buyers a YouTube of your park. Before they actually spend a penny, they've already seen your park. And what better way than a video? Pictures doesn't really give you the full effect like a video would. Resorts International, before they send somebody out there, they have the buyers already look at your park in a video, of course some digital photos as well. They've already looked at your numbers. They know the kind of numbers that your park is producing. The final step is bring them out to see your park. They come out for the visit, they look at your park, they've already been there. They feel like they've already been there because they've already relived it through the video, if you will.
My name is Scott Johnson. I'm with Resorts International and Campgrounds for Sale USA, and working with the Goring Group and Resorts International, and also with Campgrounds for Sale USA. My uncle, Harold Goring, had been working into selling campgrounds and resorts since the early 70s. He's using the latest, greatest technology of photography and aviation and all that, incorporate it into ways that he could provide additional value to his customers. Well, one thing that was unique with campgrounds, and this again started way back in the 70s, was they started doing aerial aviation shots and actual filming of campgrounds and using that to help sell the campground. As times have changed, they've continued to change as well, and the video that we're shooting now is one of the examples that they use and we've been using in selling campgrounds. So we were able to bring the actual campground to the buyer. With the YouTube videos, we are able to distribute your park to the buyers very quickly. Very detailed overview of the park. They can see a lot of information, a nice overview of the park without actually having to physically be there.
Don't stop reading It's always ladies before gentlemen, so go ahead.
Oh, it was a pleasure dealing with you, Harold.
Well, thanks.
You were the best part of the deal. The sellers weren't.
Yeah, I wouldn't think all sellers are, because they're not in line with what's needed for buyers to know. We're looking for all the information that's for financials, so we know a wise decision on what we're buying.
The others we would have walked into and we wouldn't have had as much to gain. And this one we have more gain, even though it needs more work.
Information on what you as a broker could do. You probably did all you could with this particular deal with the owners, because they were hard to deal with on your end as well as ours. I have nothing bad to say about anybody, but it was very difficult to deal with this particular couple. I mentioned for the process it was time consuming, and we did our homework. There's still some things we could have done, and we're always looking to learn. Material on campground ownership and campground management, and digging as much as you can up, and talking to other campground owners, I found out that they're very friendly to deal with. Most of them are very informative and volunteer, what they know.
A lot of information, yeah.
A lot of information, right.
Illinois.
Next.
I've dealt with Resorts International and Harold on the last 3 parks. We've had a wonderful relationship, more like friends than business associates.
So, I guess to finish this up, it goes something like this. I've gone from broker to broker. I've gone from state to state. But Harold, you guys have done an incredible job. Unorthodox, I admit, a little different than I probably would have expected. But my gosh, when the day was done, your crew and your people, Harold, did an incredible job making this come together. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. Thanks for all your help, Harold.
Thank you very much for watching this video. My name is Luisa Della Vecchia with Resorts International and U.S. Campgrounds for Sale, the Goo Ring Group.